episode number 37 of WITM. It's time for NXT, where the chosen ones, Corey and Drew McIntyre, are going to be in tag team action, taking on the Fashion Police, Fandango and Tyler Breezango. But before we get into that tag team matchup, last week Corey, a frustrated Corey, called out whatever authority figure is responsible for Corey not getting the NXT Championship match he was promised last week. A random man that Corey never seen before in a suit said that Corey would not be receiving that match that night, but he did get to defend his number one contendership for the tag team titles along with Drew in what ended up being a losing effort to the Street Profits last week. So Corey said, whatever man is responsible for me not getting an NXT Championship match last week, I want them to meet me here in this ring next week. Well, next week is now this week, this episode. Will we find out who's responsible for Corey not getting the NXT Championship match he feels he deserves? Corey's in the ring, microphone in hand. Let's see what transpires. Last week, I finally opened my mouth and aired my frustrations with how I've been treated here on NXT. And what happened? Those mysterious powers that be hid behind the curtain and sent some nameless suit to come out here and tell me, good news, you get to defend your number one contendership to the Tag Team Championship. How is that good news? Especially when certain other people get to sit at home, never having to defend their number one contenderships, like Drew and I have to. Now last week, Drew and I lost to the Street Profits. I can admit when I'm not good enough, and last week's Street Profits were the better team. I'm not worried about that. Drew and I will get back on track tonight. But what does frustrate me is how these mysterious higher-ups want to hide from me when they know the truth is, when it comes to the NXT Championship rankings, I've deserved a one-on-one NXT Championship match for a long time now, as was promised to me by General Manager William Regal. Now last week, I called out this mysterious authority figure who keeps screwing me over to this ring to meet me face to face. So here I am, here in this ring. Are you going to come down here and face me like a man, or do I need to come back there and find you? Because I'm done being denied what I've rightfully earned. William Regal, the NXT General Manager, has returned from his vacation last week in England. Is William Regal the man responsible for Corey not getting his NXT Championship match? Has he changed his mind and now feels that Corey is no longer good enough? William Regal addresses Corey. What does he have to say? Corey, listen. It was not my call to take away the NXT Championship match from you. Remember, I may be the general manager here, but I have bosses too. And they don't like you coming out here and criticizing how they make their decisions. Now, you're currently the number one contender to the NXT Championship. If you want a shot at the NXT Championship that badly at the next takeover, you're going to have to earn it by winning your matches. It's that simple. Keep that up, and you'll have yourself an NXT Championship match at the next takeover. But for now, head to the back and get prepared for your match tonight, along with Drew against Breezango. All right, so William Regal, at least according to him, is not responsible for Corey having his NXT Championship match that was scheduled for last week taken away. He says just keep on winning matches, earn yourself an NXT Championship opportunity, and focus tonight on your tag team match, which will be our episode 37 action. The Chosen Ones taking on Tyler Breeze and Fandango, the Fashion Police, also known as Breezango.
Well, the last match did not disappoint, and now we're on to the next matchup on the card. Tag team match on the way.
All right, and let's get that tag team match underway.
Look everyone, it's Tyler!
Super good looking, every hair in place. Everyone loves this gorgeous face. You can't deny my beauty shot on everything that you are not.
Go. This match is underway. Fandango starting off for Breezango. Corey starting off for the Chosen Ones. Corey right away attacking the arm of Fandango. Now connecting with a neck breaker.
And it's worth noting that we are just a few
Corey
miles from the
forces Fandango
WWE
to his
Performance Center,
feet.
which means there are plenty of WWE hopefuls in the back studying this one.
And there's a backbreaker and leg sweep. Corey coming off the ropes with an axe handle.
Only absorb so much of that. Well, let's get your thoughts here on Fandango.
And Corey with a clubbing blow to the shoulder of Fandango. Fandango avoids the roundhouse.
In this one.
Oh man,
Suplex from Fandango forces Corey to his new position and kick to the back. In comes Tyler Breeze, Prince Pretty.
Uh-oh, what is Tyler Breeze going to do here?
Tyler Breeze looking to take flight.
Tyler Breeze is
Wants Corey on his feet.
Better stay right where he is. With a crushing
and connects with the missile drop kick. Breeze taking a moment to pose for the NXT universe and now need to the fan.
But when it comes to competing in the ring, Breeze knows how to win and knows how to inflict serious harm on his opponents.
And choking out Corey, and now a stomp to the knee. Breeze in control since being tagged in. Forces Corey to a knee.
He got all that one.
There's a punch and reversal from Corey with a knee. Huge swing neck breaker. In comes Drew McIntyre. Chosen One's looking to potentially regain their #1 contendership with a victory tonight. And just tosses Breeze across the ring.
As Tyler Breeze is with himself.
Stomp to the head.
The definition of
There's
delish.
another stomp.
Possesses the ring awareness to sense an opponent's weakness, capitalize on it, and be relentless in doing so.
Tyler Breeze
And plunges the knee to the head of Tyler Breeze. Goes for cover. Does Chosen Ones have a victory? No. Breeze powers out almost instantly.
Just not enough damage done yet, Cole.
McIntyre trying to target the arm of Breeze, but with his other arm, Breeze is going to break it. There's a punch from McIntyre and another.
Tyler Breeze
Reversal by Breeze.
He jumps so high off the ground, he
Flying
can't moves
forearm from Breeze. Stomped to the arm. Forces McIntyre up.
There's the suplex.
And the suplex connects. Breeze forces McIntyre into the Breezango corner, and in comes his tag team partner Fandango.
He's not getting up.
You can't like his chances right now.
Forces McIntyre up. There's a punch.
Neutralizes
And reverse
him with a
DDT.
DDT.
Stomp to the back. Breezango in control at this point in the match. But McIntyre's going to avoid the drop kick. And there's a running knee. Forces Fandango up. Headbutt. And stomp to the arm. One-handed slam from McIntyre. Stomp to the hip. And now attacking the arm.
Drew McIntyre.
NXT faithful enjoying this match, chanting NXT. Fandango plunging to the knee of McIntyre. Fandango quickly reversed on the outside. Goes out to the ring with a punch, but McIntyre quickly responding with strikes of his own. Now McIntyre
takes him
a
face
huge
down.
one-handed slam. Fandango catching a bit of the ropes there, and now stomping away at the leg is McIntyre.
Swing and a miss.
That was
Fandango is
strike
going
1,
to
2,
manage to
and
get to his
3.
feet, and tries to force McIntyre into the Breezango corner, but he reverses with a series of elbows.
Just toying with the competition
Punch by
a little.
McIntyre.
Hoping to make a tag here.
Breeze wants the mercy
And he
tag
takes his
and gets
partner
it.
in.
Momentum has
So
certainly shifted
Fandango
here.
pretty much out of
He's
play
delivering an old-fashioned
right now, but
butt kicking
Breeze
right here.
with a couple of drop kicks there.
And there's the
Looking
reversal
for a
from Drew
super kick
McIntyre.
evaded by McIntyre. And a
what
huge reversal
from
there
Drew
from McIntyre. Stopping the momentum of Breeze. Series of stomps to the leg. Forces
Not every
Breeze
move is
up.
designed to get the
Punch
fans
to the
off their
head.
feet.
Breeze reverses with a punch. It gets back to his feet.
Oh, he
And
reverses.
McIntyre launching Tyler
Look here,
Breeze
Byron.
No, he's got
outside the
he's gotta
ring
get up
and
now.
will attack him there.
He wants no
But
part of
Breeze forces McIntyre back in.
Inside the ring
Fandango
now.
finally back to his feet and returning to his post. Breeze is going to get the upper hand in that chain battle. Corey wants the mercy tag. Can McIntyre get
made
there?
him pay there.
Fireman's carry. This
McIntyre looks to
good,
continue
Corey.
fighting. Breeze, what's he have in mind
This
here?
has got trouble written all
Using the
over.
top rope as a weapon is Tyler Breeze. Corey was looking for the
Desperately
mercy
trying to
tag,
get in the corner
and
now.
Breeze
It's
is
not
going to
gonna be
put a
easy,
stop
though,
to it for
Michael.
now. Breeze
This is
with the
some
stump
great
pull.
offense by Tyler Breeze.
Attacking the leg of McIntyre. Forces McIntyre up. Super kick will connect
Is it
this
enough
time.
to end it? That is a huge opportunity for Tyler Breeze.
And Tyler Breeze trying to get the NXT Universe behind him. Breezango has become a fan favorite tag team
He knows he's in
in the
trouble.
WWE. Now Breeze looking for the beauty shot. And
Fandango
Breeze
is
is
always flamboyant.
a little short there on that
Switch from
attempt.
Tyler. That's
Kill
what-
switch variation from
That is a huge
Breeze.
There's the pin.
Goes for cover. And Corey's going to break up the cover.
He might just be out, guys.
And Breeze, a suplex to Corey. That's going to take Corey
Looks like Tyler Breeze is setting
out of the
very
match
good
for
pace now.
some time.
Oh, I think this man
And
means
Breezango in
business.
control right now. Corey, a non-factor, laid on the outside.
there's
And
the reversal.
McIntyre
He might have it.
struggling, but he's got Breeze for the back body drop.
I almost wrote him off earlier. Talk about getting knocked into the middle of next week.
McIntyre fording up the legs of Breeze and plunging his chest into the canvas with a boot.
I don't think there are two teams I'd
Now
rather see square off against each other
Breeze in a
right
seated
now.
position.
This is amazing. He's playing with him
and
now.
now McIntyre looking for the future shock DDT.
Here he goes.
And that will connect. These chosen ones have a victory.
That might have done it, Cole.
2.
No, broken up by Fandango in the nick of time. Corey finally
back to his feet here.
back.
Clearly in a
Huge suplex from McIntyre to Fandango. Nearly launched him outside the ring. McIntyre getting fired up.
He's
Fandango laid out. And now with Fandango a non-factor, McIntyre looking again for the future shock DDT.
This one's over.
There's another future shock to
He's
Breeze.
going for the pin.
Fandango not around to help.
2.
And chosen ones are going to
What a
pick up the
tag team
victory.
display.
All right, so the chosen ones with a victory over Breezango. That should help them move back up in the rankings and undo some of the damage of their loss to Street Profits last week.
Another great matchup is now on tap. Singles action coming your way.
But following the match, Drew McIntyre grabs a microphone and he has something to say to his tag team partner, Corey. Let's listen in on what that is. Well, what a shocker. I carried us to victory yet again, while you were pretty much useless, as always. And on top of that, I'm real sick and tired of your obsession with these conspiracy theories about you not getting title matches. Here's the truth. You're just not good enough for the NXT Championship. I've carried this team ever since you talked me into joining you in this pathetic tag team called the Chosen Ones. And all you've done in return is hold me back. I'm essentially wrestling 2-on-1 handicap matches week after week. Well, Corey, that ends now. There's only room for one chosen one, and that always has been and always will be me. And McIntyre hits the Future Shock DDT on his now former tag team partner Corey, and it looks like on top of everything else, Chosen Ones is no more. McIntyre turning his back on Corey. Alright, so interesting developments on this NXT. The Chosen Ones pick up the victory over Breezango, but Drew McIntyre feels that he has been the one carrying this team, that Corey is too caught up with what Drew called conspiracy theories about the Authority not giving him title opportunities. Drew hits the Future Shock DDT on his now former tag team partner. The Chosen Ones tag team is no more. And now on top of all the other problems Corey has had since TakeOver San Antonio, McIntyre turning his back on him, saying there's only room for one chosen one, and it is me. Also, William Regal saying that he is not the authority figure responsible for Corey not getting his NXT Championship match last week. And that if Corey wants an opportunity, he must remain number one contender and keep winning matches. It looks like he'll have to win matches on his own now, as the Chosen Ones is over. But the show rolls on. Let's sim these other matches and then get you your rankings update. Starting with Eric Young defeating Ty Dillinger. That is a non-title victory for Eric Young, but Young is already on the main roster, so it doesn't really matter much. Peyton Royce with a victory over Nia Jax in women's action. Yet another 8-man over the top rope battle royal on NXT, won by member of the UK division Pete Dunne, defeating fellow UK division members Trent Seven, Mark Andrews, and Wolfgang, along with Cassius Ohno, No Way Jose, Andrade Almas, and Titus O'Neil. The Chosen Ones in what will now be their final match as a tag team defeats Breezango. Carmella defeated Naomi. Ember Moon, the NXT Women's Champion, defeated Kairi Sane, or Kairi Sane, or however it's pronounced. And Oni Lorcan with a victory over United Kingdom champion Tyler Bates. And how does that affect the rankings on NXT? Let's find out. After just loading screen, of course. But first, let's make it official. The Chosen Ones tag team together, you can see on your right side, for just 2 months, is no more. Drew McIntyre hitting Corey with the Future Shock, saying there's only room for one Chosen One. It's me. And he feels that he has been carrying the team, and now Corey will once again be going it alone as a singles competitor, trying to hold on to the number one contendership to the NXT Championship. One final opportunity in about a month and a half for Corey to regain the NXT Championship, or rather gain the NXT Championship before WrestleMania. But now it's time for our rankings update for NXT, starting with the NXT women. Nia Jax with a victory over Peyton Royce. Jax moves up to number 3. Royce falls to number 2. However, Naomi lost as well. So Jax actually can move up several spots to the number 1 contendership. Royce falls to number 2. Naomi falls to number 3. Or actually to number 4 because Carmella defeated her. Ember Moon defeated Kairi Sane. Moon is still champion. Sane remains at the bottom, number 5. And Ember Moon's top 5 contenders for NXT Women's Championship. Number 1, Nia Jax. Number 2, Peyton Royce. Number 3, Carmella. Number 4, Naomi. And number 5, Kairi Sane. Eventually I'll learn how to pronounce that. And now the NXT Tag Team Championship rankings. We only had one tag team match. It was our episode 37 match. And it was the Chosen Ones, now no longer part of the tag team rankings, defeating Breezango. Breezango falls to number 5. And Sandy's top 5 contenders to NXT Tag Team Championship. Number 1, TM61. Number 2, Street Profits. Number 3, Moss and Sabatelli. Number 4, The Undisputed Era. And number 5, Breezango. And now the UK division. Pete Dunne won the 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal over the rest of the UK division except for the champion Tyler Bates, as well as Cassius Ohno, No Way Jose, Andrade Almas, and Titus O'Neil. So that makes Pete Dunne the number 1 contender. And Tyler Bates lost in the main event to Oni Lorcan, but of course Bates remains champion. And his top 4 contenders are number 1, Pete Dunne, number 2, Wolfgang, number 3, Trent Seven, and number 4, Mark Andrews. And finally, the NXT Championship rankings. Eric Young defeated Ty Dillinger. Dillinger remains champion, and Young is now on Raw, so no change there. Pete Dunne defeated Trent Seven, Mark Andrews, Cassius Ohno, Wolfgang, No Way Jose, Andrade Almas, and Titus O'Neil. Dunne, Seven, Andrews, and Wolfgang are in the UK division. Ohno falls to number 4. No Way Jose falls to number 8. Andrade Almas falls to number 10. And Titus O'Neil falls to number 19. Oney Lorcan defeated Tyler Bates. Lorcan moves up to number 8. In the top 5 contenders to the NXT Championship held by Ty Dillinger. Number 1, Corey. Number 2, Velveteen Dream. Number 3, Leo Rush. Number 4, Cassius Ohno. And number 5, Drew McIntyre. And so that does it for this edition of NXT. It is now time for main event. We are not going to have a WITM match on main event because we know WITM members are currently eligible for main event, and the Cruiserweight division is currently non-existent, so we will sim. Xavier Woods with a victory over Elias. And we have Tag Team Wrestler versus Tag Team Wrestler. I guess I'll just make that one count for the Tag Team rankings. Alexander Wolf of Sanity defeating, can't tell which Author of Pain that is. That is a com. And in the main event, the Usos with a non-title victory over Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival. And how does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. Starting with the Intercontinental Championship rankings. And I am going to add Xavier Woods back into the Intercontinental title picture because... and swap him with Big E because in real life he was part of the US title tournament, so I will make him eligible for the Intercontinental title rankings once again, since he is going for mid-card titles in real life. There we go. And I'll have Big E and Kofi being the ones focusing on the tag titles for the New Day, and Xavier will go after the Intercontinental title, and occasionally appear in tag matches, of course, as well. And Woods defeated Elias to become the number 1 contender to the Intercontinental title after Bobby Roode gets his opportunity in the go-home Raw before Elimination Chamber. Elias falls, or remains at the bottom, number 17. And Garrett's top 5 contenders to his Intercontinental title following Roode's opportunity in 2 weeks. Number 1, Xavier Woods. Number 2, The Miz. Number 3, Bobby Roode. Number 4, Kevin Owens. And number 5, Rusev. In the Raw Tag Team title rankings, Alexander Wolf of Sanity defeated Akam of Authors of Pain. I will, since neither of them are in the singles rankings, I will have that count for Tag Team rankings. So Sanity remains number 1 contenders, and Authors of Pain falls to number 3. The Usos defeated the Revival in non-title action. That is good for 2 spots up in the rankings, so the Usos move up to number 2. And the Revival, of course, still champions. And the top 5 contenders to Revival's Raw Tag Team Championships. Number 1, Sanity. Number 2, the Usos. Number 3, The Bar. 4, Authors of Pain. And number 5, the Miz Taraj. Now we move on to Raw, where we see the new Universal Champion, Gerald, in action. he is going to be doing a call-out promo, but he is not in action. The main event is surprisingly a women's match between Mandy Rose and Bayley. So we are going to be hearing from Gerald on the microphone, but the next match will not be involving Gerald, it appears. Will we be hearing anything out? Who will Gerald call out? Will we hear anything else about what Triple H may have planned after the cancellation of the Cruiserweight division in 205 Live? We will be looking forward to seeing those in episode 38, and as well as seeking out our next WITM match, which will likely be Corey wrestling on NXT. So what to look forward to in episode 38? Who is Gerald going to call out? Will we hear anything from Triple H or anything following the cancellation of 205 Live last week? And what will our next match be? Will it be Corey on NXT? And if so, will Corey have a response for Drew McIntyre? And is he still following William Regal's explanation, upset at the mysterious authority figures? We will find out some of those answers in episode 38. Should be a good one. But for now, this is the end of episode 37. Be sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's episode. Check out Andrew Spud Strong. Will be returning from his hiatus soon. Andrew is the vice president of WITM, and his channel is Andrew Spud Strong. So check out his channel and show him some support. And until episode 38, this is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.